Hi, my name is Leonard Facchinetti, and let's talk about audio production. How are you doing, Arya? I pointed to the
I'm
wrong side.
good.
How are you doing, Arya?
I'm good. Oh, sorry, I have to mute you from here. Yeah, doing well. Excited. I saw last night in posts your stream. And looks like you're getting somewhere with colors. Seems really interesting.
Yes, yesterday was a bit of a mess because I was expecting to do some data structures. I ended up finding that my existing data structures were not memory safe, so I decided to do memory safety instead. And in the end, I managed to get everything to work. But I learned something about JSFX that I didn't know before, which is a very fundamental thing about EEL2. It turns out that it's a case-insensitive language. So if you have a variable with a lowercase s and another variable with a capital S, they are the same variable. And that threw me off because I had variables that depended on capitalization to tell them apart. So learned something, and I managed to fix everything. And yeah, I think I'm going to do the data structures tomorrow. But not today. Today we are talking about the music that we are recording together. And
Yes.
I'm going to start by showing you what we have. I always think it's a good reminder to get back to what we have, and we'll hear that. And then as part of my homework, I worked on some more parts for electric guitar, and I also worked on percussion. And I'll show you them after I show you this song one more time. So
cool.
Oh, and I mapped the parts of the song, which I think is
nice.
Yeah. It's a little organization thing. I know that I don't have the colors that you would like me to have, but at least I have the sections. Yeah, so before I even play this, let me make sure that I hear this, you hear this, the stream hears this. Okay, so let's do this. Stream is about to start. We'll talk about code or whatever we'll talk about today. It's about to start, so please hang tight while I check that everything is okay. Sound check, camera check, lights check. How's my hair? Oh, wait, I don't have any hair. Maybe put some pants on and I am good to go. So get ready wherever you are, 'cause the stream is about to start. Get ready wherever you are, 'cause the stream is about to start. And I think that we recorded everything in here not last week, but the last time we streamed this, right? It was the previous stream that I decided to just ditch everything that we had and start over, right?
I think so, yeah, because we didn't do one last week. Yeah.
Okay, so do you want to hear electric guitars or percussion first?
Let's go with percussion.
Okay, and for percussion, I said that I was going to practice my shakers and record some shakers, and I also recorded some claps. Do you know which one you want to hear first?
Let's hear both at the same time.
Okay, we can do that, and I'm going to expand this so we see what's going on. So for the shakers...
Give me one more second, sorry.
No problem. I guess I'll go to my... We'll be back soon because I don't really have much to tell you all without Arya. Oh, okay. How did you hear me without your headphones?
My headphones are very loud because I'm very deaf and I really crank them up a lot. There's no way to really tell, like SPL wise. It's hard to measure SPL when it comes to headphones, but I measured my speakers to 80 SPL, and then I tried kind of to have my headphones just as loud. And 80 SPL in your ear is like a little bit criminal. I try to turn it down whenever I can, but
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
super loud. Normal conversation is like 60, so.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, so shakers. I recorded a bunch of takes doing various random things and I comped something
Okay.
together. And for the claps, I have a very simple part. It's just ta ta ta. But I recorded a bunch of them and I lined everything.
Cool.
It doesn't sound all that great, I'll tell you. But let's
I'll
hear.
tell you two things. With claps, actually, when they're misaligned, it sounds really cool, I think. Because it, like, instead of being like a very sharp transient, it becomes more of a bouncy thing. And this is a trick that I learned from Jacob Collier. Record your claps in different rooms in your house, and then they sound better together.
Oh, that's a good one. I recorded everything sitting on my desk, as you would expect. But yeah, that's a good one. I may do that as part of my homework for next week.
Cool.
In any case, now that I have everything lined up, I think it would be straightforward for me to misalign them, right?
Yeah.
So, but they're not just a single clap looped over. They are. I performed the claps over and over, and I lined everything to like the shakers and everything. So there is that, and then the shakers, as I said, comped together, several performances. Let's hear all the percussion in place. Yes, checking if I muted everything that I should mute and unmuted everything that I should unmute, and I think it's fine. Stream is about to start. We'll talk about code or whatever we'll talk about today. It's about to start, so please hang tight while I check that everything is okay. Sound check, camera check, lights check. How's my hair? Oh, wait, I don't have any hair. Maybe put some pants on and I am good to go. So get ready wherever you are, 'cause the stream is about to start. Get ready wherever you are, 'cause the stream is about to start.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm not in love with this, and I showed it to my wife and she was like, no. Don't do it.
I like the shaker. I think the claps are, the claps, we can do some stuff to them.
Okay, but first, what do you think we can discard right away? We said that we wouldn't do shakers
yet.
We said that we wouldn't do shakers for the whole song, but I did shakers in the whole song just so we could throw things away. So we can start doing that if you already know that. I kind of don't like the shakers going over the whole song, and I'm thinking that maybe we can remove them from the beginning. But what do you feel?
If it was me, I would maybe do this. I would take them out of the intro, keep them on the verse and pre-chorus, and then after we go. Maybe put some pants on and I am good to go. Then go with either keep the shaker in, but I think from that point we need a more substantial percussive element to kind of lift the song a little bit. Also, just the way kind of we were hearing it before, when we recorded without a click, you kind of sped up at that bit. So there's lots of energy. And now that we're to click, the last chorus, I feel like some momentum is lost. So there's 100 things we can do, but I feel like, adding a little bit of a more powerful percussive element will bring that energy back.
Fair. Okay, so do you want to execute these ideas right away? Remove these?
If you like them, hi, Bops.
Hello, Bobs.
The shakers help definitely kind of make it clickety clackety.
And one thing I tried was to have the shakers on the click, but you can see that I did not do like an awesome job at this, but I did my best.
No, I
Turns
think
out
that sounds good. It sounds organic, like it's super
so
gritty.
that's a good question for me to ask, actually, because my intuition is to try to put everything to the grid as much as possible. But then I heard the thing and it wasn't great. So I, for instance, here on the claps, I put them ahead of the beat to match what I was doing on the shakers. And even the shakers, I was moving around a bit, but I was trying to match the guitar. So when I see, you should trust your eyes, not your ears, right? You should trust my eyes. So when I see this, I feel wrong about it. But when I move it to the grid, it doesn't sound as nice. So what gives?
Well, I mean, the first thing is, right, like the attack of the shaker itself is delayed from the moment the intention to make a sound out of it comes to the moment you actually hear a sound. So there's a big rise on those transients, right? So that already means like things that have like a slower attack, it's harder for us to detect whether they are on beat or not. And, you can tell that by like violinist, like listening to a violin performance to a click. You will see how much like your ear actually just thinks everything is cool. But then you look at the like audio waveform and you're like, wow, this attack happened like, literally an eighth note earlier than it sounds to me. But also I think there's a mixing issue with perfect grid as well. And that is, imagine if on the one of every measure, you have a kick, you have a hi-hat, you have a shaker hitting, you have a bass note hitting, and you have a guitar note hitting, and they're all exactly then. Their transients all occur at the same time, and then they decay at their own rates. But you just got pandemonium like on the beat, right? So I always try to spread them out a little bit so that they're not all occurring at the same time.
Okay, so I guess as a beginner, I see the grid and I try to follow it as much as possible, but then I hear people saying that you shouldn't be always on the grid for the reasons you mentioned, and also to make the performance more human. So doing something like what I did to the claps may not be ideal, right? Trying to line them up so perfectly and line them up with the shaker and lining even the shaker to the guitar over here. I was trying to do that as well. So maybe I went overboard with this, and it's fine to have a little bit of variation.
Yeah, what I usually do when I'm like time correcting, especially kind of like rhythmic elements or bass, is I go and like I do one preliminary kind of tightening where maybe every 2 measures I'll take the one and I'll put it, on grid. And then I'll listen to it. If that sounds good, goodbye, done. And then usually like it will mostly sound good. And every once in a while I have to correct one extra thing, or in some places, like in your song, in the place that goes like da, 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 da. In that part you want to be pretty tight. But yeah, most of the time I just kind of like do maybe every 2 measures one edit, and if that solves it, done. And if that doesn't solve it, then I just go kind of between, and then maybe correct a few extra things. Yeah. I think like I was hearing this and I was not picking up anything criminally off grid. Actually one shaker thing I thought was like kind of off towards the end, but yeah, more or less it was good.
Okay, so let's decide what we can get rid of right away from the shakers and the claps. Why not? So we already removed the intro, and let's see what it sounds like when the shaker starts. I guess I want a little bit more. The stream is a about to start. We'll talk about code or whatever we'll talk about today. It's about to start, so please hang tight while I check that everything is okay. Sound, check. Camera, check. Lights, check. How's my hair? Oh, wait, I don't have any hair. Maybe put some pants on and I am good to go. So get ready wherever.
Yeah, right there. From the comeback after Oh Wait until this part, there was some less tight than you may want.
Okay, let's try to fix that real quick. I don't have any hair. Maybe put some pants on.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2. I think your third is a little late.
Is that the scientific term? Okay, so I want to do this maybe. I'm going to crossfade everything, and maybe I can just bring some of these guys, but not all of them.
Pity.
Another thing I did as part of my homework was to watch some of your videos on how to edit stuff, and you have a bunch of keyboard shortcuts and everything, and they are great, but I don't think I want to do them right now because it would be overwhelming. But, maybe I should put the link to the videos in the description. Maybe I will. Who knows? Okay. So now it's tighter, but
you changed the rhythm.
Did I? I don't have any hair. Maybe. I think I did. Yeah.
Yeah. It's you should put your grid to 8s because I think the 8 structure is 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 as you come out of this, like, right?
I wish I was able to tell.
Understand what the hell I just said.
No, I understand. I mean, I understand the theory. I cannot hear the thing. It's like I know where the notes are on sheet music, but I cannot read sheet music, and of course not to time anyway. So, but if you just show me a note and you tell me and you give me 5 seconds, I will tell you what note that is. Wait. Wait. I don't have any hair. Maybe. That's better, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me catch up with chat because I am behind on that. So let's hear what people were saying. Movement in time is good. I would remove the claps personally and redo the final tracking. Keep shakers as straight time. Triplets? Oh, so triplets would be like da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da-da.
Yeah, it's not exactly triplets, but it's groupings of 3 within 8s. So like the song is still going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and the shaker is going 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1 2, which add to 16. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1 2, and then it goes to straight time.
Oh man, I can definitely play that, or I think I can feel that, but I cannot put it to words like you do.
It's actually kind of a Brazilian / Latin American inspired rhythm. It's done a lot, right? Like in Latin American rhythms where it's in 4, it's in a symmetrical meter. But then within that meter, it's subdivided into interesting bits. So there's 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2, and that's and then reggaeton is I think 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2, just kind of faster. Yeah, I love that stuff.
I really like that, and I have a feeling for it, and I think I can play some of that. I cannot talk about it. It's just something that I from the songs that I like playing, I learned how to play these things, I suppose. But yeah, I guess that's one thing that I need to get better at, which is like being able to verbalize these things and conceptualize them instead of just playing them. I'm still very new to just playing to a grid and playing to a click, let alone being able to think about rhythm that way.
How did you, what did you feel about, like, or so far, how do you feel about your decision to go with a click this time?
Oh, I think it's much better.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that maybe if I was like super incredibly, well, that's just the thing. If I was super incredibly good in terms of timing, I would be able to overdub something that was not to a click. But then, if I am super duper great at timing, then I will be consistent in time even if I don't have a click for the most part. So yeah, I think that maybe having the click is beneficial. I think it is.
Yeah, I think it tightens up the early bit of this song. And it's just like, for me, since I remember the last time and the last chorus was like faster as you naturally sped up. But I'll get used to it. And I think like at least we made our job easier.
Yeah, I think so. And not having to tempo map stuff. So I guess it was harder for me to get some of the takes because of the click. Sometimes I couldn't even hear the click, or sometimes I would go off the click. But I think it pays off because I didn't have to tempo map after the fact. So I think it's a good trade-off.
Cool.
How's my hair? Oh, wait, I don't have any hair. Maybe put some pants on. Now this seems off the grid, but it sounds okay to me.
Let's hear it one more time.
Maybe put some pants on and I am good to go. So get ready wherever you are. 'Cause this
Yeah, it sounded fine.
Okay.
That bit is a little like, so I think it works for that part.
Okay. Pants on and I am good to go. So get ready wherever you are. 'Cause this stream is about to start. Get ready wherever
I would lose the shaker for that bit. Again, for that bit, like what I hear in my head is a much tighter percussive thing that is like, you know what I mean? Like hits.
Well, what kind of percussion or drums are we talking about?
I don't even know. Yeah, and I mean we can keep the shaker, but we need something. We need something there. I feel like even maybe like bass and stuff could kind of bring it back to. Okay. But yeah, I feel like that bit should be very like ta 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 ta. You know what I mean? Everybody reaffirming that rhythm change.
Okay. I cannot seem to move this out of the way anymore. Fun stuff. Is about to start. So, starting here the shaker goes away, or starting here the shaker goes away, right?
Maybe not even going away, just snare brushes. Yeah, I mean, I guess we don't have a snare. But yeah, snare brushes. I definitely was hearing like drums with brushes for this song. Lots. Don't even get rid of that yet. Let's just see how we go. We just need some extra stuff here. I guess tomorrow.
Okay. To start, get ready wherever you are, 'cause this stream is about to start. Okay, I think that everything here is working. Do you agree?
Cool. Yeah, I agree.
Now, do you want to do something about the claps? Maybe try to misalign them to make them sound better?
Sure. Oh, Bob says train beat. Yeah, that's a great idea. I actually have a train in my one of my new songs that just goes to, and I recorded myself. Very proud.
And what is a train beat? Something like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if you meant, Bobs, to play a train beat or literally use the sound of a train. Cause I'm like, let's use the sound of an actual train.
Okay, I'm into that.
Yeah.
Is there something that you want to do about the claps?
Oh yeah, let's hear them solo just because they were kind of low in level. So let's see what we're looking at. Okay. Yeah, I feel like they're like shy claps. You know what I mean? They're like and to me they should be more like, well, like the doubles can be like, but then with the big ones I'd like to be like having a good amount of slap in it and really kind of hearing it like propagate in the room.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like, well, we can try to play with the grid, but if you want to re-record it real quick, that's a fun idea too.
Yeah, I can definitely do that. But first of all, do we want the claps doing this, or is it like too cliche?
I think it's one of those cliche for a reason things. Like, it works. It's great. I mean,
sound check, camera check, lights check. How's my hair? Oh, okay. So we'll try to do better claps.
Yeah.
Let's think about how I want to do. Well, I can just get rid of all the existing claps and do it over.
Sure.
And let's say that we'll have 3 of them. Do you think that's enough?
Sure, yeah, 3 is good.
Now I'm going to set all of these 3 tracks for recording mono from my microphone. And I am going to, I guess in terms of level, I need to be careful too, right? Also, I need to bring in the other Reaper instance because I don't want you all to hear me with all the voice effects that I put. I don't want you to hear me clapping on that microphone doing that.
What mic are you going to use, actually?
I was thinking about just using the SM58 that I'm speaking into right now.
Cool. Okay.
Okay. And I believe that if I mute this, then you don't hear me.
Yes, I stopped hearing you.
Okay, so that will work. I just have to remember to mute here and unmute there. Oh, and I will want to have this enabled for monitoring because I want you to hear the claps as I record. Alrighty, I think I did all the setup, and let me catch up with what you are all writing on the chat. Clap every other 8th note. I wish I could chat in notation. Oh, okay. Okay, so this time we are not just doing 3 takes and comping. We are actually gonna put all of them together. It's gonna be an overdubs kind of situation. And where does it even start? Sound check. Starts right here in the pre-chorus thing. Okay, so I'm gonna use the same microphone. What I'm gonna do now is mute myself on the other thing and unmute myself here, which will make me a lot quieter.
Sure.
But you can still hear me, right?
Yeah.
Now let's do levels. I think that for clapping, I probably want to lower the level.
Yeah, do a big hard clap. And we can always also record it in 2 stages. Do the hard claps, and then for the soft claps, bring up the preamp.
Okay. And do you want me to like clap very close to the microphone?
No, not too close. Cause we actually, like, to me, a good clap sound would have some room sound in it. So go further back, and then we'll do a little bit of upward compression thingamajig.
I think that this is good enough.
Yeah, even put so I guess I don't know how much experience you have slapping people, but like a good slap is a little bit how to explain it. Like I'm making my hand like kind of concave so that there's a little bit of a air chamber created in there. So when I slap, see how it's like it creates almost like a quick moment where a lot of air is trapped there and then it gets released. So if I do claps like this, where my hands are like more or less parallel to each other, it's a weaker sound versus doing a little bit of this. And so my fingers kind of arrive at this concave bit of my hand. And then, yeah. And really slap it.
I don't have a lot of experience slapping. That would come in handy.
I've been slapped a lot in Iran. Like it's teachers hit you in primary school. And so, yeah, I got experience. Yeah, it's fucked up, kind of.
How about that?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's record this. Check that everything is okay. Sound check. Camera check. Lights check. How's my hair? Oh, wait.
Cool. Good take.
Okay, thanks. Okay, you should be back to hearing me, right?
Yeah, I hear you.
Quadruple check that you don't hear me through. How do you even hear me? Oh, you hear me through the other Reaper session directly. Okay, that is exactly what I want. I want you to hear me through this.
And then let's do one more thing here. When you do your second take, maybe move back a little or move to the side a little. Just kind of like be a little in a different place because we want to kind of make it seem like a bunch of people are clapping.
Okay. So I will move to the side and further away.
Yeah.
And you all can clap with me.
I hear you with just enough delay to throw you off if I do it, but I'm trying to like kind of quietly.
Sound check. Camera check. Lights check. How's my hair? Oh, wait. Why is this steak in a different color? That doesn't make any sense.
Oh, accidental color. Yeah, no idea why that would be.
Take. How do I change the color? Not take.
Item and take colors below the take.
Okay.
Yeah.
Set to custom default
color. I guess you want default color.
What the hell?
Or it's just like, no, I'm going orange.
Yeah. And
try to stop me.
I thought that I understood Reaper. Okay. Now I'm back on this track, and you don't hear me anymore, right?
I hear you.
No, if I do this.
Oh, if you unarm, yeah, I stopped hearing you.
Yeah, okay. I'm so proud of myself for having nailed this routing situation, I guess.
Yeah, we're rolling now, eh?
We really are. Okay, take 3, clapping all over again. Everything is okay. Sound check. Camera check. Lights check. How's my hair? Oh, wait.
Cool.
What the hell is this color?
Yeah. I can't say. I don't know.
And I cannot even change the color if I want.
No. I mean, I like by default, items take the name or take the color of their track, and takes don't. But you're not doing takes. And There are actually very few color preferences. Yeah, there's like this stuff right here where you can color media items that shared pooled MIDI events. That's not what we're doing at all. And then color any recording pass that adds new take, which we're not doing here either. So
yeah, now I'm curious if I just record, maybe record, then it doesn't do that. But if I record
yeah.
for real, then it does that. And I am not able to change the color anymore. What the hell?
Well, if you say set to custom color and then make it gray, that will definitely work. So
you would be surprised, Arya.
What the fuck? That I really don't what? I don't know.
Never mind that. I think we have some takes, right? Do you want me to do one more? Do you think I should do one more?
The last one that you did, I think the energy was there. I wonder if it's too quiet, but let's just try and bring this up and have fun with it.
Okay, so I will normalize all of them to -23, and that gives us some beefy transients, and then I can switch back to the microphone with all the effects that I so painstakingly tailored for your appreciation. So I'll switch back now.
Cool.
And I'm back. So
all right.
Okay, just checking the level on the microphone, and yeah, everything seems to be okay. So let's hear this in context. Sound check, camera check, lights check. How's my hair? Oh, okay, they are all clipping, but we can bring them down a little bit.
Yeah, bring them down like a good, I don't know, 6.
So we're talking about 14 for this one. They are not the same level, right? I need to do.
You can also select all of them and go -6 in that box, and that'll work too.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it would bring all of them to -6. Not.
Oh, it would set them to -6. Yeah, you're actually right. I do another thing, which is nudge volume of selected items -1 dB.
Yeah, that I can do. Yeah, I could have done, I guess. That I could have done, but I did not do. Okay, so we can tell that they are not on the same grid. They are not super tight.
And I thought some of them sounded good. At the beginning, a few of them sounded almost like you did 16th, like da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da.
Is that a good or a bad thing?
I think that was a little much. Okay. But yeah, like we also don't want to go like full perfect, like, cause especially those stronger beats, you see how it like cascades up. It goes. Ta-da. I really like that sound.
You mean something like this?
Yeah, but maybe if it's like about a 16th, that it's like almost creating a new rhythm. We want to decide if we want to do that or not. Yeah.
Okay, so let's go on a case-by-case thing. And I think that these clips are already sounding a lot better than the ones I had before.
They sound, strong. Yeah.
Yeah. Check. Camera. Check. Lights. Check. I need to solo this to actually hear.
Sure.
I think that I don't like this hit. Probably this guy is the offending one. So if I split here and there and do this, then maybe not that, but just maybe this.
Yeah. Smallest.
Don't think I like too much this one. Probably this guy is to blame.
Get that. Actually, the one before on the blue is also like about a 16th further back, it seems. Yeah.
I think I hear one in the middle that I don't like. I'm not in love with this guy.
Actually, the one on 21.4 also, I feel like, is a little bit untight.
So probably
I think the gray boy, yeah. Yeah.
And just for good measure, I'm going to crossfade everything, but really, they're mostly silence.
Well, if we're gonna upward compress in a second, so actually maybe fading is good.
Okay. And also, we could just dynamic split, or we could gate or expand before we compress. In any case, yeah. Let's hear this. No.
Yeah.
It's off. It's off. Can tell it's off.
Yeah, that one's a little wonkaroon. I think also again orange one is a little bit like late.
Okay.
Cool.
Think that this is good enough. Let's hear in context. Sound check. Camera. I can barely hear that. Let's crank it up. Sound check. Camera check. Lights check. How's my hair? I want to hear that with the metronome. I probably should have the metronome. I should have had the metronome enabled when I was recording this. Sound check. Camera check. Lights check. How's my hair? Oh, okay. To my ears, it sounds okay. What do you hear, Arya?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
All right. So, okay, so that was good enough for claps and good enough for shakers, at least for now. So that's what we have in terms of percussion. Now I'm going to bring in the new electric guitar parts, okay?
Sure.
We can work on them, and then maybe we can start. I think it could be fun for us to do some amount of mixing, just very preliminary stuff, but doing some kind of like EQ and compression on these things. I think that would be fun to do. So let's hear electric guitar. I kind of had one part that I wrote in the stream last time. I changed that a bit, and then I recorded a bunch of other things. You can see that there are even two guitars over here. And cool. I have a bunch of takes there. And what's up with that? I can turn this off. Oh, check this guy out. This was enabled for recording this whole time.
Yeah, gotcha, yeah.
So, of course, this is just a take, and it's going to be muted.
Yeah.
Yes, that's why those tracks are the colors that they are. And that's why when I put my cursor further ahead, the colors were not
back to gray.
Different. Yes. Yeah. Because they were not overlapping with this item.
This is something where, this actually happened to me quite a bit early on. So now it's almost muscle memory for me. When I hit record arm, I almost always hit command option and record arm. And that's exclusive record arm for the track. And unarms everything else.
Okay. I'll get there. But this is just a take. It's muted, so no harm done for these guys. And over here, I guess I just have a bunch of extra claps over here. Maybe I recorded double claps. Whatever. And now, if I switch to this take, now that we are in this weird situation, I guess I can crop these takes to active take. Crop to active take. So now there are no multiple takes anymore. I guess there are two here. I'll crop this guy as well. Now I'm just trying to understand how Reaper thinks about things. So I no longer have multiple takes here. Can we change the colors on these items? Or
it's weird to me because it still feels like, why would it like group them? Like, okay, it recorded them together, but why would it group them? And why would it send the thing here? You know, like it didn't group them, but it temporarily grouped them. Oh, maybe. No, I don't know. I'm lost.
I really don't know. But no,
maybe they were selected after they were recorded or something. But no, it just doesn't make sense.
Oh, there you go. Set active take to default color. Maybe I was just using the wrong action this whole time. Now I'm happier because everything is gray.
Cool.
Okay, let's close this, guys. And
Mike has a good idea. He says, need to add that one person clapping on the downbeats. But But yeah, we could have a counter rhythm for sure for the claps. So maybe you have those claps and then somebody else is going like dun 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 or something, you know, like if you want a little more beef to the claps, we can always have a counter clap rhythm going. Like what's that song? What's that song? See these eyes are green. I can't remember. It's a Tarantino song where the rhythm starts with. Oh, it's Please Don't Let Me Be Misunderstood. It has like a polyrhythmic clap thing going.
I mean for that. I really like what is it called? Clap music. Steve Reich, yes, clapping music.
that one's the bomb.
That is really good.
Good stuff.
Yeah, someday I will find someone who is willing to put in the effort to learn how to perform this because it's so fun. But I know how to do it. I think that's how it goes, right?
I think so, yeah. I was trying to accompany you, but we hear each other with a delay, so it will not be possible here. We should do it on
I got it wrong.
Ninja.
I did I mixed, I swapped these two. It's fun stuff someday. Okay, but I mean for that, some polyrhythm claps. But let's do guitars first. So cool. Let's hear what we have. The stream is about to start. We'll talk about code or whatever we'll talk about today. It's about to start, so please hang tight while I check that everything is okay. Sound check, camera check, lights check. How's my hair? Oh, wait, I don't have any hair. Maybe put some pants on and I am good to go. So get ready wherever you are. Cause the stream is about to start. Get ready wherever you are. Cause the stream is about to start. Okay, so nice. That was me just playing around for like 1 hour playing guitar, and now that I hear that again, there is very little that works, but we'll see. And Bobs is asking, is it like a samba? I think you mean the clapping music by Steve Reich, and I think it's a clave of some sort, so it's not like samba, but it is like Latin music in some ways. But the cool thing is that it shifts, and every measure or every 2 measures, you shift 1/8 or 1/16th note, and then you get back in sync later, which is a lot of fun. In any case, so yeah, some things here are working, but most of it is not, right?
I think the intro sounded good. I think the pre-chorus sounded awesome. I think chorus 1, some stuff I felt like they are harmonically questionable.
Yeah, I think that this is just wrong.
Yeah, some stuff was definitely jazzy there. And then that second line that you have in line 18, on track 18, that stuff was good.
Okay.
I like that, yeah.
Yeah, so again, I showed this to my wife and she was like, nope, not working. She's ruthless. She's so real. I'll bring the
good
claps
to
back.
have somebody like that, because no, my partner always like, oh, it's amazing. I'm like, no, shit on it.
Yeah. That just reminds me of that stream in which I was like cursing, and Bo said that I should be doing that on the stream, and he mentioned the bit shift situation that Chris goes through, and I did some research, and it seems like it's mostly a monetization thing, but I don't have monetization in my channel. I don't even qualify for that. And even when I will qualify for that, I don't think I will turn it on. In any case, that is mostly the issue. And of course, if you go like racial slurs, then of course your stream may be taken down even. But as long as we keep it clean with just shit and fuck, I think we are fine.
Yeah. So like the new system is also that you declare you can declare your own videos, like how safe for ads they are, and then if you rate your videos kind of accurately for a while, they begin trusting you. But the rules is, so light cursing and also no cursing in the first 30 seconds means that you're safe for ads. Moderate cursing means that you're safe for ads, but it's up to the discretion of the person placing the ad. Like they can choose to include channels that do moderate cursing or not. And then anything high octane, then you just don't qualify. But I also just gotta, like, if you want me to not say too many curse words.
No, I don't care. I don't fucking care. And to be honest, if YouTube would, I don't think that YouTube cares enough to take us down. And that is my only concern. I don't care about advertising on YouTube, because how much money do you make of that? Like $40 a month? That's just ridiculous.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous. So I think I'll turn it on. If I had the options, I wouldn't even turn it on anyway. I think that I would pay the $40 for people not to have to see advertisement on my videos. But even if YouTube took us down, I would just go to Twitch or to whatever. Someone will take us.
You definitely won't be taken down. But also regarding monetization, you should do it because the new policy is people get ads anyway. So I, for example, watch Adam from Hi YouTube, I'm Dad. I get ads on his videos even though he's not monetized. So it's, the options are either YouTube makes all the money from you or it gives you a little bit of the money. There's no option to not see ads, as far as I know, with the new system.
I wish we had a better option. I know how to stream on my own website, but then the problem is discovery. No one is going to find that.
Yeah.
That's a rant for another day. So yes, guitars. Let's see what's working and what isn't. Stream is about to start. We'll talk. I think we need some guitar part here. I think that what I have, I kind of like, but I think I'm missing something.
Okay. I love that intro part for sure. Yeah, we can add some like chicas to it.
Okay. So I will go to the colors and I will set it to one random color, because that's a note for me to do something here. And then let's hear this. Sound, check, camera. That, I think, is my favorite part.
That's beautiful. Yeah, that sounds great.
But again, they are mostly cliches. Sound, check, camera, check, lights, check. How's my hair? Oh, wait, I don't have any hair. Maybe put some pants on and I am good to go. So get ready. Yeah, and then this part, I think I'm just going to throw the whole thing out. This is not good. But this may be good, so. Ready wherever you are, 'cause the stream is about to start. No. Get ready wherever you are, 'cause the stream is about to start. Okay, I'm okay with this. How do you feel about it?
Yeah. We do need something for that. I feel like for jumping from the F major, F minor to the chorus, and just the resolution, but otherwise, yeah.
I am good to go, so get ready. Yes, we need more stuff here. Okay, so I think we covered everything that I did as part of my homework.
Cool.
And well, there are two things we can do now. We can work more on these parts that are missing, or we can do some basic EQ, compression, maybe even reverb.
Sure.
Who knows? And I think that could be fun as well. I think I would even prefer that. Do you think that that works?
Yeah. I'm sure you wanna start with some clap action.
Sure. Yes. And in here, what do we do, Arya? Teach me. I am clueless.
So I'll tell you what I like to hear in claps. I like to hear like a good amount of room. And I don't like claps to sound because otherwise, right? Claps sound really sharp on the transient and then they're instantly dead versus like really having like an impact that is somewhat lasting. So that's what I would do. I would do like some upwards compression to make the room come out, and then we shave off the top with compression if we need to. And then if we need a little bit of extra help, we can add a reverb, which we may do because of SM.
Because the microphone doesn't pick up a lot of the room? Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Okay. When you say SM, you mean the SM58 that I'm recording with, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And Bob's is... Oh, actually, I think there is a lot of activity that I haven't really gone over.
It's popping.
I think the rundown at the late verse seemed to conflict. Yes, that was not good, and I took it out. My wife is my best critic, same here. And there is some other people cursing in videos, and they are monetized. Okay, yeah. Now that you say that there is no way for me to prevent advertisements from showing up in my videos, maybe I will turn it on because I better have the money than to give it to Google. But I don't know.
Right, exactly. Like, I mean, advertisers can also, they always have the option to not care, but YouTube basically discloses to them, like when you are placing an ad, you can actually choose, like, do you want only fully safe people, moderately safe people, or all people? And you can choose, like, I just want to work with people who curse because maybe I'm selling like an energy drink for maniacs or something. I don't know.
Okay. The lectures are conflicting in space. Yes. We are getting rid of most of that. So I guess part of my homework for next week is going to be to come up with more parts for the electric guitar to fill in the holes. And I will also probably write some bass now that we have some percussion coming together. And I will write some bass again because I did it for the last trial of this project and it didn't work well, so I'm gonna do it over. And would you guys like some drum charts for this? My kit is packed, but I can do some notation for you. Okay, yeah, sure, let's do it. I can see that even your your avatar is a drum set, so I'll trust you. I'd love to hear what you come up with. And then it becomes a collaborative project, and I can send you the project, and even I can send you to you, Arya, if you want to record some parts on this. But I mean, it's up to you.
Sure, yeah.
You're already putting a lot of effort into this.
I'm down to record. I thought you want to do it all by you, but yeah, whatever you need, let me know if you need bass or keys.
Yeah, that was the initial idea, but I mean, the thing is, I want to learn the most I can with the project. But I guess one of the things I can learn is how to collaborate.
Cool.
Okay. So we are talking about the claps. And do you want to do something like panning them or changing the relative volume? Because right now they are mostly the same in terms of volume and definitely the same in terms of panning.
Yeah, I think maybe let's take like 31 as our main, and then 32 and 33 we can like pan slightly. We can also take all the claps out of the center. So there's none in the center because we will have maybe other stuff in the center. And we can just kind of pan them non-symmetrically, but just kind of here and there, maybe like kind of similar to toms, like having, like 75 left, 30 left, then like 40 right, just kind of spread around.
That's more or less what I have here. I will use the exact numbers you mentioned, just for good measure.
It's probably negligible difference anyway.
Is there any modifier I could use to go on steps of 5?
I have a hotkey for it, which I have on I and O, that nudges it 10%.
Yeah.
But no, as far as I know, the pan knob is very... I almost never touch the pan knob, but the sensitivity just doesn't make sense to me. It seems like uber fine pan and width knobs on Reaper act like no other knobs on Reaper.
Huh. Interesting. Well, I don't think I will use the keyboard shortcuts. I'll probably forget them. So clicking and dragging is good, but I wanted to have fewer options when it comes to panning. And maybe in general, I would like fewer options with these sliders. I feel that like everything in Reaper is there, but it's poorly tuned for my taste. And I don't even mean just the knobs. Just almost everything about Reaper is there in slightly the wrong way for me.
Interesting.
I think that's why I write so many scripts and JSFX and stuff, because it's like the perfect DAW in terms of features, but everything is like off kilter, and but then it gives me the opportunity to write code for it, so I can fix anything I don't like myself. So
unfortunately, you don't have too much control in Reaper to write mouse modifiers. So like left drag mouse modifiers, they're just special. And if you write a script, if you write a RIA script, or if you write a custom action, they're not even among your options. So there are some double click mouse modifiers that you can set to whatever you want. But like when it comes to panning, like we can't actually modify the left drag behavior on knobs. There is one option to use the mouse wheel. That's something you can do, and you need a preference enabled for that, or disabled for that.
I'm glad that I don't have that enabled, because I want to use my scroll to scroll in the project, and I don't want to have to care whether I am on top of something. That is the default behavior in Inkscape in macOS, or at least it was back when I was using Inkscape more. And I would scroll, and it would actually change the opacity of whatever color I was using, and that would drive me mad. So I'm glad that's not a thing here. Okay, so we have claps. Do you usually work on this soloed or in context with the mix, or some of both?
Well, I mean, solo in front, I guess, is cool, but no, in this case, I guess we are trying to work with like upwards compression. We're trying to hear the bottom, so we can start with it soloed.
And get out of the way. Okay, so what plugin do you recommend for this? I could use just General Dynamics.
Sure, let's play with that a little. Okay,
what would you go for?
What would I go? I mean, like, I always try OTT and then I always take it out, but I don't know if you got that. Let's try General Dynamics. I think that would be a fine choice for here. I'm actually loving lots about General Dynamics, and again, hating some things. About how it works, but the line drawing is fantastic.
Yes, in my compressor that I'm going to develop using my my library, I want to have something like this, an option to just draw whatever curve you want. But what I don't like about this effect is that sometimes I don't want to draw things. I want to use these sliders to set a particular, for instance, a ratio. I find it annoying that if I want a 2-to-1 ratio, I have to count squares. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's reset, and we are doing upwards compression. So what we are doing is something like this. But but I think I need to actually see where my threshold should be. So again, I'm going to erase everything and play.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, yeah. All right. A full flat ply, that's... Ooh.
It's my hair. What the fuck?
That drawing bit is... Oh, you have automatically mute things if they exceed 12 dB.
Ah, okay.
So actually, before going into the compressor, I would take all 3 claps and I would still bring them down like a dB or 2 more. Because yeah, let's like feed them into the compressor, not so hot.
I want to nudge the selected item's volume by -1 dB. Really?
I think that no, there is one. Yeah, nudge item. Well, yeah, it's a native.
Here we are. And then getting back to the compressor, maybe I want to make this like a dedicated window so it doesn't take as much space. Well, it's still taking a lot of space. That's because I'm like streaming, so my screen is blown up. Check. Okay, so that is not happy.
Yeah, we can't do that.
Check.
I would do something like this. I liked what you were doing, so actually I'm gonna let you do it, and then if you want it, I'll draw you my curve.
Okay.
Do it in sections. So have a very almost flat top, then have a gentler middle, and then at the bottom we can even have it fall off, even though we basically don't get there.
How do I like... Can I do this? Okay. I mean, we are in this area all the time, so it doesn't really matter what I do here, right?
Right. Yeah, we rarely get there. We may get there if we're not looping at the end or something, but yeah.
Yeah, okay, so I'll do just a hard gauge. And, well, I guess it's an it is an expander because I have a bit of a slope. So I'll do a gauge.
Yeah, a bit of... Sure.
There you go, that's a gauge. And I want to do something that will make this like a fair comparison. So I want the gain to be somewhat similar going in and out. And I think I have it, right? It's similar going in and out. Now we can A/B. I barely hear any difference, actually.
Listen to the tail. And actually, also for watching, like instead of true peak, we can look at RMS and see what we see there.
Oh, do you mean in this meter or in this meter?
So those meters are true peak, right? Like the input and output on Reaper effects. Yeah.
Yes.
So if we look at RMS as we A/B, like I just do that by having my mixer visible. You've seen how my Reaper looks. So that's how I see RMS.
Oh, come on. How do I scroll this? Oh, I scroll up and down this window. Isn't this great?
Yeah. I got an issue with that too. I want it to be shift and scroll on the mixer.
Well, I wish I could just scroll left and right. And I think there may be a way to do this, but I forget. Never mind that. So I have what you want me to do is to take these meters and
you gotta let's make it there. I just look at the master track, which has both true peaks and RMS, but you can do what you did too.
Yeah, I just don't want to forget about it. So it's stereo peaks by default, right?
I think, yeah.
It's multi-channel peaks.
Multi-channel peaks, yeah. But in this case, it doesn't matter.
In this case, it doesn't matter. You're right. I just don't want to have one guy who is different. And are you on top of the meter on the stream? I think you may be.
Definitely, yes, I am. Yeah. You can't hide me.
No, I can also just move this out of the way for a moment. Yes.
Did I ever play this for you? This is a really nice sound. I really like this sound.
Yeah. Let's do some crazy percussion with everything in the mix.
Sure.
Okay, let's hear this.
I'm still in front of the master. Oh, no. Okay, we got a new master. Cool.
Yeah, it's right here. I don't know how to point. I don't know how people do this on YouTube, but it's like right here.
Yeah.
And we are looking at this little bar here. Not this one in the middle. This one is true peak. This one is RMS. I want to say that the RMS is going more slowly, but that's also because I know what it's supposed to do.
Uh-huh. Yeah, but sound-wise, I definitely hear a lot of tail come up, a lot of room come up, and I also hear a little bit of noise come up, which in the context of the whole mix, I'm not too worried about it at all.
Okay.
But also, if you want to give it a little more like oomph, don't make it as square, so make it a little like curve upward, because now what we are also doing is we're making the transients feel weaker, because on the transients we're like reducing a bunch and then it starts to boost, so make the curve like gentler up, maybe going up to 12. Yeah, like that. Yeah, so we're on the transients, we're reducing by like a smaller amount. Yeah, I hear a lot of extra tail. Do you?
I think I do, but here's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
I cannot tell. Can you?
Well, okay, do this. Instead of, so you level matched, right?
I tried to.
Don't. Boost it. Boost it a bunch. Boost it 6 dB, because maybe you're not hearing the quiet bits.
But then I'm just sort of lying, alright?
Then boost the dry as well.
Okay, I can do that.
Or just turn up the master track a bunch real quick and like, yeah, like if you make it louder, you will hear the difference. This is why I monitor pretty loud on my headphones, because I hear like deets.
Yeah, but for how long can you do that?
You can do a good amount of time.
Okay, but I trust that this is doing something. I see what it's doing, and I think that I hear it, but when I tried to do it blind, I couldn't tell. But okay, but no, let's do this. Let's add some gain. So I have a gain knob that I developed myself.
Cool.
Crazy stuff. And I'm going to bring it up like by 3 dB, and we'll try it again, the blind test. Well, I should not be looking at the thing as I do that, right? I think that this is with compression. Yeah, I think that this is with compression. Let's see. Yay, I got it right.
Yeah, you got
Okay.
it.
All right.
I would suggest overall, like what this little experiment told me is that your monitoring levels are too quiet, because we're near the like even at the tail end of the claps, we're at like 18 dB. So you gotta hear that pretty in a soloed context. Like you gotta hear that pretty crystal. So yeah, I would bring up your headphone.
Okay.
Level.
I find that in the Zoom H5, the volume knob for the headphones doesn't do a lot. You have to really change the volume for it to do anything. So usually I'd run it at 2, which is like the minimal. It goes to 100. And I ran it at 2. Now it's up at 20. And I don't hear a lot of difference, but maybe it will help us along the way.
Okay.
But let's see what people are saying. No credit needed, thanks. I do chart, you mess with it. Okay, we can do that. Watch the dry mix. I can see the curve, but I think a positive curve to peak may work at midpoint for the claps. Okay, so I think that's more or less what we did, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So do you want to tweak like RMS? I guess I could have... No, this is for the detector. Oh, this thing does sidechain and feedback.
Yeah.
This thing is so nice.
It is cool. I wanna mess with it more. I just kind of watched the Kenny Joya video to fall asleep, but I will
because
definitely.
It's boring?
No, I love Kenny. I just like his soothing voice. I just play it and I'm like. I literally, I'll tell you, every like on alternating nights, I'm either falling asleep to Dan Worrell or Kenny Joya, or sometimes actually last night I was falling asleep to your live stream.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh no! This is so sad. I'm so sorry, but I will admit something. I will admit something embarrassing as well. This is what I'm falling asleep to. Which is a great book, actually. I tried to read it like 6 months or 1 year ago, and I was like, oh my god, this is going over my head. But then I watched everything that Dan Worrell ever did on his channel, on Fat Filter. I think he has some videos on Tokyo Down Labs. Is that the name of the company?
Yeah, he also does he does a lot of different things. Honestly, like I feel like people always say you gotta do something boring to fall asleep, but if I do something boring, I won't fall asleep. I just get pissed off and my brain takes over and it's like, hey, here's some like routing to try in Reaper, and then I get up and go play with Reaper. I need to be engaged and just my eyes closed, and then at one point I go.
Yeah, it's so funny because now I have a baby and he's trying to learn how to sleep, and I think he's already better than me at this. It's a skill that you have to develop, and when he's super tired, he cannot get to sleep, and he basically cries himself to sleep. And I feel like I have to do the same thing. I have to like get so tired that I like pass out, and which is a terrible habit, but that's the one I'm stuck with, I guess. At 30, I'm not learning anything new. But then I'm reading this book, and I tried to read it before, I couldn't. Now I'm trying it again, and now it's making so much more sense because I have a notion of what intermodulation is and why you would want to upsample before you do something that is going to add harmonics because of warping at the Nyquist frequency. So all these things that I learned, and now I can sort of read this book, and it's so good. It is so good, but it's like 600 pages. So
and you have it in audiobook format, did you say? Like
no, I'm reading it. I'm
cool.
Literally reading it.
Cool.
And Bob's is saying, I love Kenny, he is hood in person. Oh yeah, I wish that we could do something like a conference in a physical place where everyone would be, and that would be a lot of fun.
That would be awesome, yeah.
And Bob's is saying that those books are his bathroom readings. I will not go there. Okay, so we have some General Dynamics that is doing upwards compression as well as regular compression as well as gating. So it's all three of them. And I was thinking that maybe we would want to do some... When you do input look ahead, does it do plug-in delay compensation? Yes.
Yes.
That's
other way to do it.
Yes, but the master limiter doesn't do that. So that's annoying. And then do you want to play with attack and release? And they have different attack and release for the input and the gain.
Yeah.
That is weird.
Yes. So when you boost, you can have a different amount, and when you cut, you can have a different amount. Is that how it works? Or no, one is input and one is output, basically, right?
Yeah, but what is this even doing? I guess this may apply to the detector and this applies to the gain reduction. So they have like different curves, but that is...
Yeah.
I'm not sure I understand
this. So here's
this.
something to try. I would be lying if I said I 100% understand it. But here's how we can do a test. Also, you said like you were having trouble hearing the tail. So maybe if we increase the gain release a little bit so that the tail lingers a little more, maybe that would make it easier to hear the tail.
You mean this?
Gain release. Yeah. And do it as you play and see if you hear a difference.
I hear a difference, all right. Yes.
Yeah.
So that is the gain release. So it's calculating the gain reduction, and then it isn't acting on the gain reduction as fast as it was. So the gain reduction,
as you had this, like when you had this gain release kind of up, maybe like over 200 or something, it was when the second transient hit, it was still boosting. So we actually boosted the next transient a little bit. Did you notice that? Like the second one hits and we're still in the boost stage.
Yeah, I think that visually the effect is that the arrow here, the little cursor here is moving more slowly when I increase this, right?
I thought, because when you're boosting, there's a green bar. I thought that green bar is actually moving slower. It stays long, like kind of longer. Do you feel that?
Well, there is an obvious difference. When this is at 0, the little green bar here, that is indicating what is happening to the gain, that is always below the curve we drew. And if I increase the gain release, then it goes over. Check. Again, I did the thing where it mutes itself, right? Yes, it's auto-muted. I want it to be soloed. Check. Camera. No. What is up? What is wrong? Check. Camera. No, it really is blowing everything up. Oh no, I forgot to solo this time. I don't know. I don't know what to do with this. I guess I'm just going to leave everything at 0 for now.
Sorry, I was distracted for a second. I think make the release a little longer, like make it like 30 or 50, something like that.
Okay.
It does do, I think, some good things.
Okay, and Bobs is asking, did it hit at 4K?
I don't know what you mean by that.
I don't know what you mean by that. Sorry, can you please elaborate? Okay, so compression and upwards compression and gating. And I think we have a curve. We did something to the audio.
Cool.
Next, what do we do?
So EQ. We can do some EQ.
Check. Oh no, why is this happening? It's auto-muting. Check. Yeah, something is wrong when I put a gain release of 50.
Interesting. Wait, why is it saying plus 21?
It's clipping like crazy. Yeah, it's clipping like crazy. Because it is going over 0 dB. I guess I need to bring this whole thing down, right?
We could, yeah.
Oh, what?
But I have another problem with this. Why is the input plus 4? Is it hitting compression gate around 4K? I don't understand. I still don't understand what you mean by 4K. Like 4,000 hertz, 4K, 401K.
Or do you mean like 4 dB, like this?
Yeah, I think that's from older times. Can you click that and play it again? Yeah, so we're still clipping into the compressor, so we can reduce the input gain. Because you normalize to minus 23, I think that's too much. We can bring that down a little bit. Like we can bring down the input of all three, because you're also summing three things that are to minus 23, so it's more.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd bring it down.
I'll nudge minus 1.
I'll tell you one thing. As you were recording, you were kind of hitting 10 dB, so 13 or 11. That's definitely too much.
Okay. So I will do minus 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times.
Sure. Sounds good. We can always boost like after, and we can bring up the wet mix now and all that stuff.
Yeah, but the good news is that even with this crazy amount of gain, it wasn't clipping on our ears, because on my other Reaper instance, where I actually send audio to YouTube, to you, Aria, and even to myself, in all these situations, I have a limiter.
I think, Bobs, I don't know where you're getting 4K, but there is no frequency chart on this thing that you see. The x-axis is input gain, the y-axis is output gain. There is no frequency. We're not seeing anything involving frequency. We're just talking about amplitude, or we're just messing with amplitude. We're not really touching any frequency content right now.
But now we are. Now we will be.
Now we will be, yeah.
Yes. But let's check the healthy levels that we are at now.
Healthy. Bring the wet mix up now. Now it's too quiet. But maybe not at unity. We can bring it down more. So here's a good point. This is a very important point, right? So we're seeing on this graph, we're seeing everything is okay. So why are we clipping? You definitely know the answer to this, right, Leandro?
Okay, so here it's not clipping, and here it is clipping. But the re-EQ is not doing anything. I'll take it out of the chain.
Yeah.
No, I am at loss. I mean, this meter was supposed to be the same as this one. They are peak meters, and they are. This is coming out of this effect, and this is right after the effects chain. So doesn't make sense to me.
Well, the issue is right. You got it right.
Yeah. Okay.
Tell me.
Oh, this slider was wrong.
Oh, that's one, but there's another issue. So put that slider at 0 and then put your wet mix at 0 as well. We're still clipping. Do you know why?
But that matches. That makes sense. At least these two agree.
It matches for sure. No, my question is, if we look at the chart on General Dynamics, we are seeing everything being within the range of minus 12 dB to minus 18 with a little bit. Nothing is going past to 0. So why is it that what we're getting out is more than 0 dB?
I'm going to guess that the problem is that we are doing upwards compression, which is bringing the gain up. And we have some input release, so that gain going up is happening even as we go into the transient of the next clap.
Exactly. Like the compressor is basically not fast enough, right? It's not. It can't solve every issue. It's just creating a new envelope. It's not. You know how some people think, oh, compressors bring down the loudest part, bring up the quiet part. We know that bringing up the quiet part is not necessarily true, but also people think that compressors work like they take a sound and they vertically bring it down, but it's really more like an envelope control, right? Whatever's happening at the top of the compressor is still happening at the top of the compressor. So we're getting a little bit of like, and there's a bunch of ways we can kind of like deal with that. We can use like a transient shaper or something like that. But yeah, once we're at the mixing stage, we can just add a little bit of look ahead, and I think that would make us not clip anymore.
Well, the look ahead is going to help find. So I don't think that this is actually the case, Aria, because the look ahead is going to help us react before the thing that is going to happen. So in the case of a transient coming in, we need to lower the gain reduction, which in this case is not even a reduction because we are doing upwards compression. So it's a gain. And it's going to react to the peak that is coming in, and it's going to reduce that gain, but still it's going to apply some gain to the peak because of the release. So unless we make the look ahead the same as the release, I suppose, but that is extreme. And even then,
our release
a compressor
is too big as well right now. Our release can definitely be a smaller amounts.
And there is another issue, which is when you are doing compression with look ahead, you are not just taking the input signal, which in this case is the main signal, but you're not just taking that detection signal and shifting it when you're doing look ahead. That's the wrong thing to do. That's the thing that I do in my auto mixer, and I'm going to fix that. The problem is, if you would just do this shifting, the problem is that if you just do this shifting, then you are applying the compressor earlier, which is good because you're bringing down the volume prior to the tail, to the transient, but you are bringing down, you're bringing up the volume before you should do that at the tail.
You're not shifting. You're doing it earlier, but it's still releasing at the same time.
Yes, that's exactly what that needs to happen. Now, there are multiple ways of implementing this. You can try to be smart about attack and release, and you only do release when the input signal is doing, it's lowering in volume, so it's releasing at that point, and then you start the release phase. But because these values are so small, the look ahead and the attack and release are so short, you can actually do a trick. I learned this in a Dan Worrell video. You can do a trick where you delay or you shift forward. In any case, you do the look ahead, but then you add up the gain reduction from the look ahead and the input signal without the look ahead, and you add the two, and that's what you use for the gain reduction. So this way, if your look ahead is detecting that a transient will come in, the look ahead will determine that there should be some gain reduction. But later in the tail of the note, in the tail, then the look ahead will be off. It will say that it doesn't need gain reduction anymore, but the main signal, the original signal, will say that no, you need some gain reduction at this point. So you add the two, and that's what Recomp does. There is a Dan Worrell video on this. In any case, the input release is now 100, which I think is healthy. And let's do some EQ and get out of here.
Yeah, and actually, let's put the EQ before the General Dynamics, because that's another thing that's happening, is that our readings to the compressor are affected by stuff that we may not necessarily want to keep in the audio. You know what I mean?
That is a good point. In fact, and another thing I noticed is that now we are going below the curve. So we are gauging. And I don't want to gauge. I want to keep everything.
We want it to be softer, that's for sure. Yeah. At the bottom, so I would say at around -30, you can go down hard.
So you mean -30 over here?
Yes,
That's about
-30
there.
output, just plunge it. Cool. That's a great level. And yeah, so you do have like I hear some low end, and actually like around, I would say, if I had to guess, like there's a bumpish at like 150-ish, something like that. That could be room action happening, 150, 200-ish.
These guys?
Yeah, can you solo that bit?
I wish I could.
Wait, isn't there on ReaQ, do you hold shift or something? You showed me this.
Yes, but it is not doing the thing it's supposed to do.
Do you have to make a band first? Yeah, I think I gotta make a band first.
Okay, I made a band, but if I delete the bands, then it works. So it's a bug.
Oh. Yeah, you hear the... It's like a little air there.
I hear like a horse riding in the distance. That's what I hear.
Yeah. And on the tail, there's a little bit of noise that comes up. So we can we can high pass this a good amount. That stuff, if we're not soloed, we're not hearing it. So at best case, it's just making our meter readings a little wonky.
When I hit shift, oh yeah, heartbeat. Yes, Pops, exactly. That's what I hear. When I hit shift, it's like soloing this, but then I saw some bumps in there. That was weird. Yeah, I guess it's okay.
Mm-hmm. And then there's a little bit of high-end noise too. If I had to guess, I'm gonna guess broad. I'm gonna say like between 6 to 10K. There's a hissiness on the tails again. Do you hear that?
I guess I do.
Yeah.
So do you want to just bring it down?
Hiss. A slight amount. Yeah, a slight amount. And then the bulk of the stuff, like the real clickety clacketyness of it, is in that general area. And actually, we may not need to boost it, because we're hearing it, right? But play with it a little, see if you like anything, and boost it. Yeah, it's a little like brittle sounding at around 3K, but a little more powerful sounding a little before. Hey, Jim, we already did do that, actually.
How about dynamic EQ with a controlled envelope? Hey, Jim, great to have you here. But, Waria, what we did was not dynamic EQ.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see dynamic EQ. I thought we did do some compression.
Yes, we did. We did this weird curve. I'm going to soften the knee. Da-da-da-da.
Cool.
Not that it matters. We are never hitting that. We are never hitting that knee. Yeah, we will hit that knee when I stop looping the thing.
Cool.
So, I'm not going to pretend that I hear what this is doing, but I think it's good.
Bring it up more. Bring it up until you hear it. Always just exceed it until you actually hear what you're boosting, and then you can always bring it down. Like, do you like that, or does it sound too brittle to you? It really brings out the room too, like.
I'm gonna say that this is good.
Cool.
We did
Cool,
something to the
cool.
claps, and anything like that you feel like we absolutely need to do to the claps right now?
I mean, I would try a reverb on it. We may take it out, but let's give it a try.
So I already have a go-to EQ, and General Dynamics is fun. Do you have a go-to reverb from these guys?
Well, Atlantis Reverb is great sounding. It may not be the right fit for right now. Cards on the table. I do not like reverb and reverbate. The one reverb I think is reverb plays impulse responses. So there are some good impulse responses in there, but I find neither of them to be good. Let's try this AU stuff, honestly. Like, let's give them a go, or let's try reverb. I don't know. We're all Reaper users here. Maybe I'm being too harsh on them.
Okay, let's bring all the reverbs, and I'm going to bypass all of them, and we are going to hear them.
That's got the same problem as I think reverbate. It's a bit like I don't know how to explain it. Just something about it I'm not a huge fan of.
Now this is crap. What the hell?
You can add some initial delay. Yeah, like I've really tried to get good sounds out of reverbate. I've not been able to do that.
Well, I guess the wet is too loud.
Kenny makes it sound decent, but still. Whoa.
When I was playing around with this, if you make the room size really huge, and I don't remember what else I changed, but you make the wet very loud as well, and it just smack the microphone. It sounds like that sound that people use on like movie trailers, you know.
Oh, cool.
A lot of fun.
Jim, what do you mean dynamic EQ as a precise gate? Like using it to kind of like bring down the room noise and stuff like that just when it's an issue? Is that what you mean by that?
I'll let him answer that.
Sure.
This is not good.
I'm not a fan, yeah.
And this, okay, we played with these two already. No, I was playing with this, not that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Try with work. I want to see what happens when you do randomized reflections. That may do something positive.
Well,
it's bypassed.
Let's make it loud. I think I know what this. I think I know what this is doing. I don't hear any difference, so I think this is just the seed for a random number generator. So this is going to create different effects, but it is not going to be anything meaningful.
You can also bring up the high frequency, or bring up the decay time. No, bring down the high frequency decay time, because it gets that like snaky basilisk sound to it. No, that still just doesn't sound incredible to me.
These parameters were not made for automation.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not in love with this.
Yeah.
Reverb, I don't even know exactly how to use this guy. I guess I need to add
you go
a reverb.
add. You can add a reverb generator. You can add an impulse response. you can add, yeah, so file is when you like load a WAV file.
Yes. Okay.
Let's try the Reverb Generator.
And what is this? Is this like zero latency?
Yeah, I would
it
say
is
so.
Zero latency. And what is LL? Latency?
No idea. Less latency or linear latency? Is that even a thing? Linear phase is a thing. I don't know what linear. LL, no idea.
Oh, and cool stuff. If you turn off zero latency, then you get some latency. But when you turn it on, it doesn't go back. Not even if you remove it, not even if you bypass the thing, you really have to remove reverb. Bring it back, and then it's zero latency again. But if you ever touch this button, then okay, now it's not happening. Now see latency.
Yeah,
and it doesn't go back.
Interesting.
But let's give it a try. Let's give it a fair try. Oh, not this one. Reverb.
Yes.
Now, Reverb Generator and wet and dry and start position and whatever. Let's just hear this. Oh.
Bring up the dampening a little. With a little more dampening, it's a little better.
What is this doing? Is this like putting an envelope on the impulse response?
Yes.
Okay.
There's a way. Hold on.
It's not even just an envelope. It's a filter, right? Because it's dampening the high frequencies first and the low frequencies later. So it's like a filter sweep on the impulse response. Cool stuff.
Yeah, the reverb, like you can get some respectable sounds out of it, but honestly, none of them. Yeah, both reverb and reverbate. I just never thought like, ooh, I should use that.
Maybe in the context of the mix, this will make sense. Check camera, check lights. I mean, it's absolutely too quiet for me to hear.
Yeah.
But the rest of the mix is very loud, so I feel like I should bring this up and bring the whole mix down. But I don't know. Let's not hear that in context. I need to wrap this up soon, so let's just play with the rest of the reverbs and maybe not use any of them. and Fatis and stuff says, "Hey Al, hey, great to have you here."
Hello.
Yeah,
we're
Bob
rapping.
says that LL stands for limited liability when it sucks. We need to develop our reverb, right? And a lot of things to mess with the presets. I have done ping pong stuff with JSFX reverbs. Bobs says, by controlling the envelope per band, you can really shape the sound. I guess this is all above my pay grade. I don't know how to do that. Okay, let's play with the rest of them. So Atlantis Reverb. Now, the best of the bunch so far.
Yeah, it sounds awesome. It's a little bit of a cosmic sounding reverb. Like it doesn't have a supernatural sound, but yeah, I love the way it sounds for sure. You can also detune the reverb and even like bring it up by an octave, which is cool. In this case, we don't want to probably go an octave up because of it already being pretty high. But yeah, it's cool. It's a really well-made reverb that I actually have used in real projects. And you cannot say the same for reverb and reverbate.
But something is adding up to the sound. So maybe the wet is too high. I'm not sure. Let's see what else is going on here. Okay. I think this may work. I'm going to remove the ones that...
Definitely been definitely been the best so far. Is this by Garant Luff or who's this by?
Same person, yes.
Oh, I don't have this. Interesting.
It doesn't show up, but it is by him. Yes.
Cool.
How do I do this? Yes, there you go.
Looks like his UI anyway. Yeah.
So, and it is responsive.
Yeah, all of his plugins do resize, which is really awesome.
Yes, it resizes to the point of nonsense. So what is up?
This is actually a delay even, but it can be used as a reverb, I suppose.
Yeah, it's delay reverb. And
it's got a filter, that's something. Ooh.
I don't want that kind of feedback, no. And no detuning. And this is the speed of the oh, this is a chorus? Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Now, this seems great, but I don't know how to operate it. So this is my favorite so far.
Cool. Some people are giving you free reverb recommendations, which are really good. Maybe you can get a few of those.
Yes.
Yeah.
I will start taking notes, and I will download as part of my homework. So yeah, let's go to...
Oh, Supermassive is free? Oh yeah, Supermassive is the bomb, actually. I thought I paid for it, but it's free cool. It's a great one. I love anything Valhalla. Can't go wrong. They make great plugins that are simple and look nice and aren't too big. Love them. Good stuff.
Yeah, so let's talk about homework. I will do more guitar parts. I will do some bass parts. And I will play with reverbs on the claps. And I'm going to start taking notes and answering whatever questions we may have on the chat. And then I will wrap it up. So think I asked at this point, hey, remember when you wanted train tracks instead of a snare drum? Clacking tracks from a train? Yeah, when I was trying to like reproduce real drums, you mean? Yeah, that didn't go well. Go download the Scottish oil tank impulse response free and load it on Reverb. It sounds like outer space. I will do that. Foshies and stuff. And Bo says, hey, how is it going? Hey, Bo, great to have you here. On a more serious note, oh, so that was a joke? Did I not get a joke? Psyche's Abyss Reverb.
Oh, yes. Psyche's stuff is great also.
Yes. And...
The Abyss Reverb is very sound designy. Again, in this context, I guess, I don't know. I guess if we're going for an organic thing, maybe Abyss Reverb will not be the right fit. But and you know, it's free. It should be something you have. We can try it definitely on the guitar or something like that.
Yeah, and also I'm not sure. I have a feeling about reverbs. I understand them very well, so it's nice to just play with stuff and see what it come up. Okay, bunch more suggestions, taking notes. And you're saying that this is a freebie and Arya didn't believe it, so let's see if it's free. Yes, it is free.
Oh, I believe it. I guess it's I remember I paid for some Valhalla stuff. What's the other one that is really good? Valhalla, hold on. The one that I paid for was...
Now, what I want is just to have one good reverb, guys. Okay, Okay. And
Freak Echo. That's the one that I really like. And I think this one is also free. Well, bloody hell.
Oh man, you should
Good
stop
stuff.
paying for free stuff, Arya.
Yeah. I bought one of Valhalla stuff. Maybe Plate Reverb is paid. And I have that one as well. Yeah. I think the Plate Reverb.
Yeah, let's get all the reverbs. Okay, I have to wrap up now. So,
Cool.
Arya, thank you very much for being with us. And thank you everyone who was in the chat. You are great. And I have a lot of homework for next week. But tomorrow, I'll be back here working on more JSFX. I think we'll finally get to arrays and circular buffers. It will be a lot of fun. And we do have memory safety now, which is handy. And maybe we will use our library to develop a reverb using Durant's article. I read that article and I think I understand everything that is in there, or at least 90% of it. So we'll be able to implement that at some point. And that's cool because we even have some primitives that are needed for that reverb that are unusual. So we will have to implement more stuff in the library for that. And that will be fun. So yeah, anything else that you want to add, Arya?
No last words. Yeah.
So yeah, thank you all for being here and I see you on the next one. Bye.